It's not very good video if I get stuck, is it?
Of you getting you stuck from the top here.
I think the other way is the key. This is the bottom of the rift in Cave of Two Trees in Matienzo. It's a tall rift passage. Entrance initially gained from the top, and then you can drop down after about 20 meters. And quite spacious walking in places at the bottom, with a large cross rift in the middle, which I'll show shortly. This is directly underneath the furthest that you can crawl at the top of the rift, and then you can drop down to this point. If you continue in this direction at a higher level, you shortly come to a flowstone choke with no apparent potential and no draft. And then down here is a potential dig, a downward sloping tube with a sandy floor and some airspace. And this is mid-level of the main entrance rift, and this is looking down an approximately 4-meter climb, which then goes into a cross rift, which is 90 degrees perpendicular and runs in both directions. In one direction it is extremely tight, but can be seen to continue, and potential for capping. And in the other direction there's a fairly large chamber, but no obvious way on, although some potential for capping, which I'll film in a minute. It's quite a tall cross rift chamber. This is looking 90 degrees to the entrance to the right, and this is a passage that continues into the distance and appears to get bigger beyond a small constriction, which would require capping, maybe 50 centimeters of rock to cap, and does not look too difficult. And then this is looking upward. That passage there is the continuation, upper continuation of the same passage just shown. And now looking directly upwards towards the high level crawl to enter the cave, which is not visible from this point. And then we're now looking directly away from the entrance. Into the rift there. The entrance rift is narrower than the cross rift, and at this particular point in the cross rift the depth drops fairly sharply in the main entrance rift and then goes back up, and then continuing over here, this is the opposite direction cross rift from the main entrance rift, and there is a short crawl to a bigger area there, which can also be accessed over the top. And this is again another drop in depth. Looks to be going downstream in this direction. And there appears to be an inlet up there, which is too tight, but could be accessed again with a short session of capping. And this is a further view down and along the cross rift. which continues downwards. This is the base of the chamber in the left-hand cross rift from the entrance rift. Looking up through that slot is the main entrance rift, and this passage continues downwards, as you can see, and then drops into a narrow rift in the floor. There is an inlet now looking upstream, which continues but is tight, and more upstream calcite coming from above. And then looking below, the downstream continuation appears to enter this narrow rift and can be seen to continue tightly down this hole here, which is too tight, but does appear to continue, and there's not really any noticeable draft.
That must be the most well documented 60 metres going.